The WNBA Semifinals are here, and all eyes are on the matchup that might just define the road to the finals, the Las Vegas Aces against the Minnesota Lynx. Game 1 isn't just another playoff game. It's the first domino, the spark that sets the tone, the battle that tells us who will dictate this series. The Aces, the reigning powerhouse with championship pedigree, come into this clash riding the momentum of a dominant run. The Lynx, the #1 seed, arrive with pride, grit, and the belief that their defense and toughness can dethrone the defending queens of the league. This is more than basketball. It's legacy, it's reputation, it's pressure and opportunity colliding on the hardwood. The context of this series couldn't be richer. The Aces, after an uneven middle stretch of the season, turned things around post-All-Star break, winning 9 of their last 11 to storm into the playoffs with confidence. Their offense, anchored by A'ja Wilson, has been devastating, with their offensive rating climbing into the top 2 in the league. Their defense, long criticized for inconsistency, has stiffened at the right time, holding opponents to under 80 points per game in September. The Lynx, on the other hand, have built their success on balance and grit. They finished the regular season with one of the best records in the league, protecting home court and grinding out road wins. But their recent form has been uneven. In their last 8 games, they've gone just 5-3, showing cracks in closing out games and struggling against elite offensive teams. Now, against Las Vegas, they need to rediscover that edge. Injury reports loom large. The Lynx's biggest concern is Napheesa Collier. She's been managing an ankle injury for weeks, and though she's listed as probable, her mobility has clearly been impacted. When Collier is at full strength, she's a two-way force, capable of dropping 20 points while anchoring Minnesota's rebounding. But limited Collier means vulnerability inside, and against A'ja Wilson, that's a potential disaster. Kayla McBride and Diamond Miller remain healthy and available, giving the Lynx shooting and perimeter defense. The Aces enter this game much healthier. Wilson, Kelsey Plum, and Jackie Young are all in form and fully active. Chelsea Gray, after dealing with minor foot soreness earlier this year, has been cleared and looks sharp, running the offense with her usual composure. That relative health advantage may be one of the Aces' biggest weapons. Now, let's dive into the matchups. The frontcourt duel is the headline, A'ja Wilson versus Napheesa Collier. Wilson has been unstoppable, averaging over 22 points and 10 rebounds per game in the postseason. Her ability to score inside, step out for mid-range shots, and dominate the defensive glass makes her the best player in the league right now. Collier is one of the few forwards who can match Wilson's physicality, but the ankle injury raises doubts about whether she can handle the burden on both ends. On the perimeter, Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young go against Kayla McBride and Diamond Miller. Plum's scoring punch, especially from deep, stretches defenses, while Young's versatility as a scorer and defender makes her a matchup nightmare. McBride has been Minnesota's most consistent shooter, and Miller's athleticism gives the Lynx a defensive counter, but the Aces' guards have the edge in pace and creativity. Off the bench, Minnesota leans on Dorka Juhas and Bridget Carleton, but depth has been inconsistent. Las Vegas, while not boasting the deepest bench, has had reserve production in key moments, particularly with Alicia Clark's defense and veteran savvy. That's a crucial swing factor in tight playoff games. Statistically, the Aces hold the sharper weapons. Offensively, their rating has climbed to 109.6, second best in the league, while Minnesota's sits around 103. Defensively, Minnesota's rating of 98.7 gives them an edge in forcing tough shots, but Las Vegas has improved drastically down the stretch, holding a 100.1 defensive rating in September. The pace favors Las Vegas, who thrive in transition and score nearly 15 fast break points per game, while Minnesota prefers a slower, grind-it-out style, averaging fewer possessions but relying on efficiency in half-court sets. Effective field goal percentage tells another story. The Aces sit at 52.1%, while the Lynx hover at 49.4%. In rebounding, Minnesota has been better on the defensive glass, with a +3.2 rebounding differential, but Las Vegas dominates offensive boards when Wilson locks in. Turnovers are another area of separation. The Aces' assist-to-turnover ratio is among the league's best at 1.62, while the Lynx sit closer to 1.4. Those small margins matter when every possession counts. The betting markets reflect those dynamics. Las Vegas opened as a 5.5-point favorite, with the total sitting around 164. Early money has been leaning toward the Aces, pushing the line to -6 in some books. Bettors clearly respect their championship experience and home court advantage. The over-under is tricky. Las Vegas has been trending toward overs in recent games, thanks to offensive outbursts, while Minnesota's slower tempo usually drags totals under. Prop bettors should watch A'ja Wilson's points and rebounds combo, often set around 34.5. Against a potentially hobbled Collier, the over has appeal. Kelsey Plum's three-point props are another angle. Her line usually hovers at 2.5, and given Minnesota's struggles defending perimeter shooters, the over looks tempting. On the Lynx side, Collier's rebound prop, often set near 10.5, may be vulnerable if she's limited. Kayla McBride's points prop around 16.5 could be worth a look, especially if Collier isn't 100%. For same-game parlays, combining Wilson over points, Plum over threes, and Aces to cover looks like a popular build. So how does the game unfold? Expect Minnesota to start by slowing the tempo, pounding the ball inside to test Wilson defensively, and forcing Las Vegas to work in the half-court. If Collier is close to full strength, they'll try to establish her early. But the Aces will push back with pace, trying to get Plum and Young into transition, forcing Minnesota to rotate defensively and exposing mismatches. By the second quarter, Las Vegas should be finding rhythm, building a lead with bench contributions and Wilson's dominance inside. Minnesota's best chance comes after halftime, where Cheryl Reeve is known for adjustments. If they can tighten perimeter defense and win the rebounding battle, they'll hang around. But late in the fourth, the Aces' experience and clutch shot making should separate them. Wilson, Gray, and Plum have all been here before, closing out playoff games with composure, while Minnesota's younger pieces may feel the moment. My prediction: Las Vegas Aces 91, Minnesota Lynx 82. The Aces cover the spread, the total sneaks just over, and A'ja Wilson delivers another masterclass with 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks, cementing her as the best player on the floor. Kelsey Plum chips in with 5 threes, and Jackie Young contributes across the board. For Minnesota, McBride keeps them in it with 18 points, but Collier's limited mobility proves costly. The Aces take Game 1, seize momentum, and put all the pressure on the Lynx heading into Game 2. The drama here is undeniable. For the Aces, every game is about legacy, chasing back-to-back titles, building a dynasty, proving that last year wasn't a fluke. For the Lynx, it's about redemption, showing that their rise to the top seed wasn't smoke and mirrors, proving they can beat the defending champs, and carving their own path back to glory. Game 1 is the spark, and whichever team wins will control the emotional arc of this series. Expect fireworks, expect physicality, and expect a battle of wills. And if you're loving this kind of deep breakdown, don't forget to subscribe to Beyond the Box Score. Every game, every angle, every stat-driven prediction. We've got you covered for the entire WNBA playoffs. This is where basketball meets storytelling, and you won't want to miss what comes next.